can't wait to see this one.
Of all the superstars on the roster, this guy is amongst the hardest working. That goes without saying.
Definitely shout out to Don Chaos. We know you got our back, and we got your back too, man. Denver, Colorado all day, brother. We're definitely going to hook up with you. Much love to Carnival Spirits for putting us on as well on this YouTube, man.
Shout out to you, Don Chaos, for, what is this episode, like 126 or something like that?
Yes, sir.
You've been putting in work, bro. Respect. Y'all doing some shit for the community, and the fam out there appreciate it. So just keep doing what y'all doing, you know what I mean?
Congrats to Don Chaos for 1,000 subscribers. Whoop, whoop.
Keep it going, man.
Congratulations, Don Chaos. Yes, keep it going, man. Good luck to you, fucking Don Chaos, and fucking hell yeah on your 1,000 fucking followers.
You know who it is. It's Ouija Mac, bitch. Shout out to Carnival Spirits. And fucking shout out to Don Chaos one time. You know what's going on.
This is my brother. Everyone, Don Chaos and Brother Lynch Hung here.
Yeah, Carnival Spirits. What's up, man? Don Chaos. What's up? It's your boy Brother Lynch Hung. We out here tonight. Let's go.
Fuego Flays and my nigga Don Chaos. What's going on, B? It's my brother right here, my boy. Excuse the left, excuse the left.
Yo, what up, y'all? This is Don Chaos, and I'm with a very legendary man. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Hey, Sean. Yeah, we at the gathering, y'all.
Podcast/radio show of the year. This one's always controversial. Coming in number one, we got Hours of Chaos with Don Chaos. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, there. Congratulations, man. Don Chaos, Hours of Chaos.
Yo, 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 yo. What is good, everyone? How is everyone on this Thursday evening? Of course, we are now officially in the start of spooky season. Of course, after a 2-week hiatus, because, you know, your boy decided to just take a 2-week hiatus from doing the show. But we're back after 2 weeks. What is up, everyone in the chat? I can't see everything in the chat, so all I see is Shanzi just saying stuff in the chat. I don't know if anyone else is saying anything in the chat, not from what I can see. What's up? So yeah, tonight, after taking a 2-week hiatus, we are going to be joined tonight by the Lost Boys, and tonight they are going to be talking about this new project that they have working on. And probably tonight, or even after this show, we will probably be doing a giveaway. But one of the things they will be giving away is a copy of their project, The Prophecy. And if we can get 100 people to tune in, they will be giving away a gift set worth for $100. So if we can get 100 people to tune in, they'll be doing a giveaway, y'all. So let's make that happen. Yeah, I don't see anyone else active in the chats on both YouTube, so how is everyone? Yeah, you know, your boy just decided to take a 2-week break off from the show, you know, it helped. Yeah, I can see it. Yes. What's up? Oh, that's weird. YouTube being on some weird stuff lately. Sometimes that happens, or sometimes I have to refresh. Yeah, it's going to be a great show. It was good having a 2-week vacation off from the show. Not vacation, just a 2-week break off, because, you know, it's time to catch your bearings, you know. You know, and Anna just trying to get the schedule lined up for this month was pretty hard. It's starting to get harder usually every week to do that, every month. But that's why I try, when I do my guests, I plan them like a month in advance, because that actually really does help tremendously. Yeah, the link is sent to our guests, so we're just waiting for them to appear in the green room. So let's touch on some topics and some stuff. You know, of course, you guys know we have the Karma giveaways that we are going to start doing here on the channel again, whether it's live on the show or it's going to be just live giveaways in general. Or just giveaways in general. They may not even just be live giveaways. They'll just be giveaways. So yeah. No, I'm going to get more actively into doing videos too. Because, you know, on Carnival Spirits, I've been doing my Chaos Theory video series. And that really seems to be catching on really cool. So I'm trying to figure out like a new Chaos Theory video to record. Well, basically since you're new to this channel is basically a dedication to the underground. Seeing that we know and love, this podcast is a way to help put people on. You know, whether they're up and coming people that are well known in the scene, people that are just coming up, you know, juggalos who might have, even there are juggalos out there who might have their own business. So it's our way to help. This show is to help promote and help put those people on, because that's what we should do in this fucked up world. Even though the world is fucked up, we should try our best to try to help each other and lift each other up and whatnot. And this show is for that. All right, y'all. We have our first guests showed up in the break room. Well, thank you, Sub Noise Soldier, for the $2 super chat. That's what's up. So yeah, let's go ahead and bring in. But yeah, super chats are welcome, y'all, if you guys are watching exclusively on Carnival Spirits. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and first bring our first guest on tonight. Everyone, please welcome Insomniac. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up?
How goes it?
Oh, it's going. It's been a long day.
Oh, I hear you. You finally excited for fall?
Oh yeah, this is my favorite season of the year.
Exactly. You know, it's funny when they say when we're younger that we outgrow that, but not really.
No. It's kind of like emo. It was never a phase, Mom.
Yep, just like you've probably seen the meme going around. It's very hilarious. It says when you're smoking weed, it says it's just a phase, and then it like says me at 70, and it shows an old person rolling a joint.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, yep, that's gonna be me.
Yeah, actually, I think my dad's like 67 and he's still going strong. He smokes more weed than most of the people that I know.
Yeah, and the only other person that I know that's really old that still does that shit is Willie Nelson. So there you go. So yeah, welcome to the show, man. Of course, you know probably how we do on the show. You just give a brief introduction, who you are, where you're from, and yeah.
All right, I am Insomniac. I'm from the middle of nowhere, Kansas. It's like a small town called Fort Scott. It's like an hour and a half away from Kansas City, though. So I'm pretty close to that whole scene with like the strange music and all that.
Hell yeah. So what was it like growing up in like Kansas? Because you know, like everyone knows how like Kansas is, but what's it like out there for someone who actually lives there?
It sucks. Like the weather is fucking horrible.
Yeah, I drove through there like 1 year in July, and it is humid as hell there. Like this is when I was still living in Colorado. We weren't even in the Kansas border, and you could feel the humidity coming in a little bit. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, we in like, I don't know, late August, most of us Lost Boys, we all went up to like Denver to record a music video or two with Scum, and on the drive back, like I could slowly but surely feel it getting more and more humid on the way back. And then by the time we made it back here, I was like, I don't even want to be here. Let's just go back.
Yeah, that's the one thing about Colorado that makes it a good state is humidity. The humidity there isn't bad, but if you're not from there, you can feel the elevation difference. You're like, whew.
Yeah, I definitely could when we first got there the first day or two.
Yeah, a lot of my homies used to be like, how do you deal with this? I'm like, because I grew up in it.
Exactly. It's kind of like I'm used to the humidity and the crazy temperature changes. So like compared to someone that's not from here, I can deal with it. But getting away from it for like a week and then coming back to it, you definitely feel it all over again.
Oh yeah, like that's one thing they said when I moved down here to Florida, that if you can't stand the humidity, don't move down here. But for some reason, the humidity down here, I adapted to it really quick. It doesn't really bother me.
Lucky.
That's talk about like major like change. I went from living in the mountains down in the swamps, basically.
Yeah, that's why. Hey, you wrestle any alligators yet?
No, but I've seen a few possums. So yeah, how long have you actually been doing music?
I don't know. I kind of dipped my toes in it back in like 2011. I went to a show. It was an A&B show, and I saw some guys up on stage that like they really absolutely murdered it, and it inspired me. I mean, I've always been like really connected to music, but I've never made music before that. But I ended up catching one guy backstage, and like I was just talking to him for a while, and I ended up being like, so how does a guy like me get to be like a guy like you? And he was like, just fucking do it, dude. He was like, you got a laptop, right? I'm like, yeah, I do. He was like, you got a phone, don't you? Well, of course. He was like, play the beat in the background, record on your phone, start somewhere. I literally that same night I went home and started writing my first song ever. It was terrible, but it was there.
Oh yeah, that's one thing. Like I think what some of my few guests have said, they said you're not gonna be like good at this like right away. It takes practice.
Oh no, yeah, I did it on and off for like 5 or 6 years before I finally started to actually like do something with it. You know what I mean? And
yeah, what?
Maybe around 2014 to 2015, I was doing a crazy amount of shows all throughout Kansas City and Spring. Like I opened up for Blaze and Twisted and all of them.
Hell yeah.
In Springfield. That was probably the craziest show I've ever done. The first show I ever sold merchandise and the first show I ever signed autographs.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. Like there's something when you perform your first show, like how did you feel? Were you nervous or were you like feeling good? Like some people say they're always nervous their first time.
It's funny because like the very first show I ever did, it was in a bar and there was like a mirror right in front of me, so I could see everything I was doing. And I was rapping with 2 other guys at the time, and they kept talking about how nervous they were, but for some reason it just felt right to me. I just felt like I belonged there. I wasn't nervous at all.
Exactly, and that's kind of like how I am with this podcast. Like you wouldn't know I be someone that suffers from social anxiety, but for some reason when I do a platform like this, it really helps with my anxiety. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm an introvert like a motherfucker. Like I go to work, I throw in headphones. I don't want anyone to talk to me. I park away from everyone in the parking lot. I'm an introvert. I stay away from people. But when it comes to shows and music and stages, like I don't know. Something just clicks. It's like I'm almost a different person.
Yeah, that's kind of like how I am. If I'm at shows or if I'm somewhere with like family or loved ones or homies, then I'm cool. But if I don't know anyone, I'm like, nope. But I tell people I'm not unapproachable. You can still come up and talk to me and say what up, and I'll still socialize. So what was like the first song? Like some people remember that first song in general. Like what's the first song that like grasped your attention with music in general? It could be like something your family was hearing. Like me, I grew up like hearing like a lot of classic rock in my family, you know, like Prince, the Beatles, Michael Jackson and all that.
I grew up on a lot of 90s music. So it was like a lot of new metal and a lot of rap from that era. So like Korn, one of my absolute favorite bands. I took a lot of I'm also in a metal band, and I incorporate metal stuff into some of my music. Huge influence between them and Slipknot and stuff. But on the rap side, I want to say like the first CD I ever actually had was probably Doggy Style by Snoop Dogg. Loved it. It was on repeat forever. But I mean, I grew up in the era of like when Eminem started to get popular. I was in middle school, so I really clung on to Eminem.
Yeah, I was kind of around the time I was, except I was like in elementary school when Eminem was blowing up, but I still remember that shit.
Oh yeah.
Like sometimes I look back, I'm like, how the hell did I get away with listening to this?
I have no clue. I used to listen to that shit in my mom's van on the way home from school, and like, she's a person that doesn't necessarily like cussing in front of her and stuff, so I don't know how I got away with listening to ICP in front of her.
Yeah, that's how it was like with me. Like my mom was bothered by it for a bit, and then when she started digging deeper, she's like, okay. And then I took her to a show, and she's like, now I see why you enjoyed this music also, because they put on a good live show. I'm like, exactly.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's always definitely much deeper than the music itself.
Exactly. Like I tell people, yes, they talk about killing people, but if you dig deep, listen to the kind of people they're talking about murdering.
Oh yeah.
So what was actually the first ICP song you remember hearing that like grasped your attention?
I was playing backyard wrestling. My dad had found backyard wrestling, and it had like the whole DVD in it and everything. So my first introduction was like the music videos on that with like Homies and Twisted's We Don't Die and all that shit. I instantly latched onto it and needed more.
Hell yeah, that's a classic game. I always come across people who said they were never good at that game, but I was good at that game.
I was mediocre. I was okay. I wasn't great, but I wasn't terrible.
Like the second one was kind of, the controls were harder, but I remember now when I played the like first game, the controls were like very easy to learn.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, yeah, when I play any fighting game at first, I'm just like hitting any buttons, just like spamming the shit out of it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I do that too. Don't worry.
Hell yeah.
So I'm still one of those guys that like I'll pick up Mortal Kombat and I'll just button mash for a minute.
Hell yeah. And now we have our other guest on. What's up, man?
What up, though? GKTB Yikers. Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Word. What do you do, man? We here promoting the new Lost Boys project. You know what I'm saying? It's called The Prophecy. It's starting, you know what I'm saying? It got your homeboy Scum from LSP. It has Killjoy. It has Yikers on some production, and I got a guest first on there. It got Different Ant. It got Necro G, and it got Insomniac.
Hell yeah. We were just like
thank you, good
hell
sir.
Yeah. We were just like introducing ourselves. So yikes. You want to go ahead and give a little brief introduction, who you are and how long you've been doing music, and then we'll ask like how you guys got connected.
Word. All right. I've been making music ever since I could talk, really. But man. But like since since the 80s, man. Ever since like Run DMC and breakdancing and graffiti and spray painting, man. I'm a true hip hop baby, man. So, and then I got into horrorcore when I first heard like Esham and ICP and Gangsta Nip and the Grave Diggers and things like that. And you know, and I was already a big fan of horror movies, man. So like horror movies on music, you know what I'm saying? That just goes hand in hand. And I've been doing music ever since then, man. My record label is called Slick to Rich Productions. The rap stuff is GKTV, Genghis Khan the Viking. But you know, everybody just call me Yikers, so I'm just gonna brand everything for Yikers, man, because and then when it comes to Yikers, I do synthwave, EDM, and house music. So
hell yeah, and that's a unique rap name. I like it. Like you always see a lot of people like having the name Lil in their name, but Yikers, that is unique. I love it.
Thanks, man. Like it came up. It's one of those things that, you know, it comes out. It comes from the ether, you know. I was in the studio ad-libbing one day, and I was like, "Yikes!" And I was like, and I wanted to, and then I added the Yikers because I wanted to make it fit to the time scale, and I just stuck, man. Ever since then, man, you know, the females like saying it too. They be like, "Yikers!" But it's all good.
Well, and I could see people doing that at the show, chanting "Yikers, Yikers."
Yeah, man. Appreciate that.
So yeah,
and,
how did
I'm
you
just
guys?
glad to be a part of this project. Killjoy introduced everybody. He's the mastermind. He put everybody together across the internet. We linked up in Denver, Colorado. We shot some videos for that.
Hell yeah! Shouts to Denver. That's my home city.
Yeah, it was pretty cool visiting.
Yeah, there's something about Denver. Like the music scene in Denver is just so tight knit. Like you would never think Denver would be a music city, but
I know, right?
One.
Like this, my left is my right. My right is my left. Got it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, because like growing up in Denver, we grew up like on a lot of music, but a lot of the music that we all associated with was like that West Coast shit, like NWA, you know, like Brother Lynch Hung. We associated with all that shit. Where like people in the Midwest, I was like, yup, you guys had Esham. Yes, we knew about Esham in Denver, but in Denver and the West Coast, we had like Brother Lynch and Insane Poetry. That was like our Eshams.
Yeah, man, I can't forget Brother Lynch. Brother Lynch goes hard, man.
Oh,
yes, that dude does not get enough credit. And in my opinion, that dude will always still be the most underrated rapper of all time. He's like a rapper that everyone, you can tell, is influenced. You listen to early Eminem, you can hear Brother Lynch Hung influence in that shit.
Yeah, I love Brother Lynch.
And I've met him. He's the most awesome dude in person.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. On the project that's coming up, I was brought into it a little bit late compared to everyone else, because like I kind of, you know, like I said earlier, I'm a bit of an introvert, so like I kind of went ghost for a minute. And then I turned back up, and Killjoy hit me up, and he was like, "Hey, well, I was doing something else for him. Oh yeah, he put me on a feature for one of the songs for the hook." And then after I did that, he was like, "Well, you know what? Actually, as a matter of fact, there's like 2 more songs for this project that we have unfinished. If you want to just go ahead and be a member of it and join in, you can." I'm like, fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, shout out to Killjoy Club. That dude is a phenomenal producer. Like, he's one of those producers that people need to talk about.
Oh yeah, he did all of the, well, most of the production on this. It's pretty damn good in my opinion.
Yeah, and he's worked with so many dope people.
Yeah. Down there showing it off.
Hell yeah. So yeah, if you guys want, even later in the show, we could probably even do a live giveaway.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir. And I think the person to get in touch with the giveaway, I believe contact Killjoy. I know he has most of the physicals. I don't know who else has one.
Okay,
This is
so
like
if
personal. And
I still have like
Scum
5.
Yeah, I got my copy right here.
Word with the signature.
Yep.
Word.
Shouts to Scum. That dude is my big brother. Like, if anyone's taught me anything like that have been my mentors in this game, the two people that it's been has been Scum and Insane Poetry. When those dudes talk to you and give you advice, you listen.
Man, facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, and my man Sepsis put me up on Scum, man, when I was staying in Albuquerque, man. And it's like, man, it's this Russian dude, man. He's hardcore and he be doing it in Russian too. I was like, word. The first time I was aware of him, it was when he told me, and it was the album cover when he was in the bathtub with the blood, you know.
Mm-hmm. That's some old ass stuff. I remember that. And it's funny when you first hear Scum's music, you're like, "Oh, this dude must be intimidating." And then when you meet him in person, he's the most chill, humble dude on the planet.
He really was, though.
And you know,
I mean, yeah, he'll offer you a drink. Like every time when I would go to shows, the second he'd see me, he'd pull me in the bar. He's like, "All right, pour a drink for my man right here."
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
After we recorded our first music video for the song "Grab You," we went out and he grabbed his flask, and him and I drank some hot ass Jaeger right out of the flask. Right before we went to the next scene.
Yep.
You can't hang out with Scum and not drink Jaeger.
Oh, it works though, because I love Jaeger too.
I do too. Like, I remember when he finally first had me try to Yegnog. It's Jaeger and eggnog. It's actually really good together.
I like it.
I'm gonna do that this winter. It gets cold here in Tennessee.
Yeah, everyone tells me, "Oh, doesn't it taste like licorice?" I'm like, at first, but the more you drink it, it tastes cinnamony, which is good.
It does.
Right. I just want to take this time out and say thank you, Don Chaos, for putting us on your live show, man. We very much appreciate that. I apologize. This is my first time being aware of you, but from this day forward, I am locked in. I am tuned in, and this is GKTV Yikers on the Don Chaos podcast live, baby. October 5th.
Hell yeah! And you guys are always and you guys are always welcome on the show. Or if you know anyone that would come on the show, want to come on the show, hit me up. I always tell people you're always welcome back on. Like, even when you have a new project coming on, just let me know and I will book a spot for you guys.
Shit.
Thank you, man.
I got a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, man, he's always working. I'm always working. So, and I will take time out to get on media exposure channels, man, because like a person would never know. And, you know, thanks to Killjoy once again, man, because he's making these connections. You know what I'm saying? Jumping on the opportunities, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not every day when people, you know what I'm saying, throw opportunities your way, man, show you doorways and whatnot. And I appreciate it all, bro. So
exactly, and that's the whole reason of the show. The whole point of this show is to recognize the talent that there are in people and help put those people on and stuff. It could be people that are up and coming, people that have been around for years, or just people that are well established, or people who have their own clothing company, whatnot. This is just like to help people out, because that's why I've always been known as the Karma Millionaire in our community. I just help people out and I ask for nothing in return.
Oh, hey, speaking of clothing, my dude Orias, he's signed on to Razakel's label, but he's starting his own brand, Lamented Clothing. Check that shit out. He just dropped something. He's got a song coming out Friday the 13th with Doc Gruesome, and they just dropped like a whole line of clothing for it, and they look absolutely amazing.
Oh yeah, Doc Gruesome is a fucking beast. That dude is multi-talented.
Yeah. Yeah, so is Orias.
Lamented LA. Lamented Clothing.
Oh yeah, LAMENTED. But on Facebook and like the website, I think it's just like LMNTD. I've got some I've got like 3 things through their website too. I don't know, collabed with them for a little merchandise. I've got like 2 shirts and a beanie through them, so I gotta throw it out there.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Let me name off this chat. This chat.
Well, Yikers, since you're a fan of hip hop, you would love who I interviewed on the show. I actually interviewed Run DMC and Russell Simmons, like nephew from Flatliners.
Oh, that's pretty cool, though.
There he goes. He's back. There we go.
Oh. He
Nope.
He'll be back.
There
he
go.
is.
There we go.
Yes, sir. So, Run DMC and Russell Simmons, right?
Yeah, like a lot of people don't know that one of the members of Flatliners is actually one of the members of Run DMC's and Russell Simmons' nephew.
That's cool.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
Right?
Yep, because like a lot of people remember in those early '90s, like Def Jam was really like what's the word I'm looking for?
Yeah, Def Jam was the Motown for a second.
Yep. But I remember in the '90s they were like experimenting. That's the word I was looking for. Experimenting like with dark hip hop and shit.
Yeah. They signed Sally Cell too, I think.
Yep.
West Coast. But Nikki D's from the West Coast too, so that's like the second West Coast artist.
Yeah, whoever thought in our lifetime we would hear that Snoop Dogg owns part of Death Row and now owns part of Def Jam? That is crazy.
That is pretty wild.
I was like, that comes full circle. His
like,
career started on Def Jam, not Def Jam, but Death Row. Now he owns Death Row. That's fucking dope.
And he's an icon, man. He surpassed rap star, star, superstar, icon.
Exactly, man. That's funny. I always tell people like my first ever concert I ever went to was a Snoop Dogg show, and they're like, "That's awesome."
That is pretty sick.
I was like 14 or 15.
Wow. My first concert was the Roundhouse tour.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, but it was him, DJ Jazzy Jeff, EPMD, MC Light. That was a good show. That was a good show.
What about you, Insomniac? What was your first show that you were ever going to?
I think. Well, are we talking like small shows or big shows?
It could just be like show in general.
I think the first show I ever saw was like I was out of town, and it was like a small local thing that was going on, and it was this band called Why Bother, and I don't know, they put on a pretty cool performance, honestly, but it was wild because it was like it was in Liberal, Missouri, and it was for like liberal days, and they're a pretty hick ass town, so to have a band like that show up randomly was wild. And like no one was there, no one stayed to watch them except for me and a couple other kids. I bought their CD, I got them all to sign it, and then it came full circle because whenever I joined a band, I ended up actually performing alongside them, so that was pretty cool.
That's cool. Yeah, there's like something when the people that you look up to or just the people you know in general, when they start to give you props, it's like the greatest feeling in the world.
Yeah, definitely. And that's kind of what it's been like making this album too, the Lost Boys stuff with these guys, because I've been listening to Scum for like years.
Same. I started out as like a fan, and then I got to like know him more. Now the dude is like literally my brother from another mother.
Yeah. Oh, I'm hoping to maybe get to at least close to that point. They're coming through KC like mid-November. I was thinking about trying to perform there, but I think it's all booked up. I'm still gonna go and hang out with them though.
Oh yeah, and there's something about Scum when he raps in Russian. You may not know what he's saying, but it sounds fucking dope.
It sounds cool still.
Him and Seco like got a good relationship too. You know what I'm saying? I was tripping on that.
Yeah, they do.
Oh yeah.
I think C. coli and because like he's in a group called the Wasteland Warriors. I'm pretty sure him and the other dude in that group are the ones that are bringing Scum out. Well, it's actually him and Insane Poetry. It's triple MFD, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Missouri knows how to throw down like shows. Like we drove like from Denver and drove all the way to Kansas City just to go see Brother Lynch Hung. That was dope.
Oh, dude, yeah.
And that was the same weekend when you found out that X-Rated signed to Strange Music. I'm like, yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
X-Rated, that dude needs a lot more credit. That dude does not get enough credit.
I agree. I used to think the same thing about King ISO years ago too, and now he's starting to hit it.
Yeah, that dude is blowing up, and I love that dude. I tell people
He
like
deserves every bit of it though.
Yeah, like
man,
it's
I saw
when
them
he
in
talks.
Nashville, man. The whole Strange Music camp came there and performed their asses off, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I opened up for him. Oh, sorry.
My bad. You opened up for them? Say it.
Yeah, I opened up for ISO in KC at a place called the Riot Room, and it's like this. I don't know. It was an upscale venue, but it was kind of a smaller venue. And I ended up catching him like right at the bar, and I spoke to him for a few minutes before he went down into the VIP. That was pretty cool.
But yeah,
and I also met him one time before that when he was still on Brain Sick with Twisted Insane, because Twisted Insane did a show there, and like I met all of them. That's whenever I first got turned on to ISO. I loved his music.
Man, but once again though, bro, man, like I want to say it again, man, like you're fucking awesome, man. Like everybody that's a part of this project really fucking did their thing on the fucking, man, straight up. Like everybody did their thing. Different Ant snapping.
Oh yeah.
Snapping. Insomniac snapping on there. C. coli snapping on there. Like everybody's bringing their A game. Everybody. And of course, Scum, you know what I'm saying? Like legendary. But everybody's bringing their A game on here, man. This is like a good, solid project. It ain't gonna take too much of people's time or anything like that. Y'all pop this song. Ain't no skippers, you know what I'm saying? This is some prize up on here, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully, one of the viewers tonight can get one of the CDs because, you know, we're giving one away and they're autographed by the legend Scum in Denver, Colorado.
Yeah, I think in total the whole album's only like what 45 minutes long, give or take.
Yeah. And of course, man, like a physical, man. A physical. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's a physical copy. You get to hold it, you get to look at it while you're listening to it, you know what I'm saying? The artwork's fresh.
It is. On the credit lining, well, it's not really a credit lining, but there's I don't know, a little bit of lore on the inside. It's sick.
Yeah, like it's concept.
Yeah, and Insomniac, I noticed you said that you like to do metal too. So Insomniac, you sound like you like to be very diverse, and that's one thing I like when artists are like diverse. That's one of the many reasons why I like Tech9. He doesn't just rap. He can do a metal song. He could do a gospel song. He could do a straight singing song.
Yeah, I've actually, I've got an EP out where it's all rap, and then I put out a single called I Can't Sleep. It's actually an older song of mine, and I convinced my band to create like a metal cover of it. So we created metal instrumentals over it, and I played the bass on it. I did most of the screams on it, and I rapped on that song, and that's out. You can find that everywhere: Spotify, YouTube, iTunes, blah blah blah. I've got a song coming up. Actually, it's being released the same day. Yeah, being released the same day that this album is. It's called Gawktober. It's kind of like a spooky season themed song, and it's kind of a trap metal kind of song. It's got some guitar, heavy bass. I rap, and it's very high energy. There's some screams in that one too. But in November, I'm dropping one with Gibby Stites, and I do some rap singing stuff in there. It's a lot more chill, a lot more mellow. So I'm trying to, not be stuck in just one thing.
Fantastic.
For doing like conscious rap, but then just recently he did like a song with Chuckles, and it was like a horrorcore song, and that's like the first time he's ever like done a horrorcore song. And
oh yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I've been hearing that name, Chuckles, man. He's been super circulating, man.
Yeah, I've been seeing his name around a lot lately.
He just may spring the hell up. He might pop the fuck up like
refresh my stuff.
like Ouija Mac. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you know what I mean? Like this shit has a nice ring to it. You know what I'm saying? Chuckles and all that shit. And then, but I heard him though. He's on. I was mastering a project for Sepsis. He
That's
got
cool.
Chuckles on one of the songs. Yo.
Oh.
All right.
Oh.
All right.
He was cutting out there for a minute for me. Hey, I guess.
What up, bro?
I don't know. I guess we the host now.
Oh, Bird. Yeah, facts. Yo, check this out. Hostile Takeover.
Yeah. So the album comes out Friday the 13th this October. Dude, Friday the 13th is like damn near a holiday for us underground artists. I've seen a lot of dope ass artists announce releases on that day.
Yo. All right, little man. For real, huh? And I ain't got nothing for this October. I'll just, repost what I did for October a couple of years ago. It's called Vampire with the Blicky. You know what I'm saying? And that's by GKTV, and that's on GKTV Topic on YouTube, GKTV, Spotify, GKTV, iTunes, etc.
All right, I'm back.
77 at IG. It's all good, man. We just keeping the seat for him while you stepped away for a second.
Yeah. Oh, welcome to the show.
Sometimes.
Right?
Yeah.
Chaos joining us.
or as we joke, whenever that happens on the show, it gives the guests a chance to hijack the show for a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone has their story to tell. So Yikers, when was the first time you heard ICP, and what was your response when you first heard him?
I heard of ICP around the same time when the Naughty CD came out, The Life After Death.
Oh, hell yeah.
And truth be told, I had a decision to make. You know what I'm saying? I had that much money. It was either Life After Death, and it was either fucking ICP Carnivore Carnage, right?
Yes.
And I bought Life After Death. Had I bought Carnivore Carnage, I don't think I would have liked it ICP from that point forward. But my first ICP album that I ever had was the Beverly Kills and Brainmaster. Fucking loved it.
Those are classic.
Then I went back to Carnivore Carnage because I want to hear their starting days. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
But
yeah, I remember when Carnival Carnage, like back then, that album didn't get enough credit, but now people go back and they're like, "This album's actually a masterpiece."
Yeah,
it's actually really good.
Yes, it is.
Like the message, I've always liked the message about rising up against like the upper class and about like supporting the ghettos and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's just something about like their message that they like no one ever really touched on. Like I remember when I first heard, I'm like, wow, dudes that are rapping as being crazy killer clowns, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Then
it was different.
After that,
but then you dig deep and you're like, and then when you dig deep, you find out the kind of people they're talking about murdering. They're talking about killing racist people, woman beaters.
Yeah. Yeah, like the Tail Reel. Like at the Tail Reel, I finally heard on Dog Beats. And after that, Forgotten Freshness had dropped, Volume 1.
Mm-hmm.
So ICP to the fullest, man.
Like when I first heard them, I was like watching wrestling. So I knew they were kind of a band, but I thought they were more of a wrestling tag team at first.
Okay.
And then
that's
when I
crazy
would hear
because-
like, I would hear Fago in like the song, I'm like, oh, I can't drink that. I thought it was like an alcoholic beverage. I'm like, I can't drink that. I'm like, oh, it's soda.
Man, ICP are fucking champions, man.
Yeah.
It's hard to
They
believe
always
they've been
went with
around
Esham,
for.
too.
Oh yeah, like ICP and Esham deserve to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I don't care what anyone says.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
And if not like the Rock and Roll, at least the Detroit Music Hall of Fame.
At the very least, yeah. They were very influential.
Yeah, like recently when they were having that 50 anniversary celebration of hip hop, they were actually paying tribute to ICP in there a lot, which is cool. I'm like, well, they are staples in the hip hop game. They've been around for so many years.
They are.
And they always show love. You know what I'm saying?
And I've met people who may not like their music. They're like, I may not like their music, but their hustle game, you can't deny.
You gotta
that.
respect it.
And their branding too, man. Their branding was off the hook. Like it kept you hooked for the next one.
Exactly,
Oh,
and that's pretty much what Esham did. He was constantly putting out stuff, whether it was with Esham, Nodis, and then you have Mastermind dropping stuff.
And then Mikey Clark, man, was producing his ass off on that first first cards. So.
Exactly, and like I've always said, Mikey Clark is like our like community. He's like the underground indie scene's like Dr. Dre. That's the best way to describe it. He's
Oh,
like
yeah.
He's like Dr. Dre and Rick Rubin, basically.
You know, it's
Easily.
an old footage online when they're cooking up the beat for Toy Box and shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's cool to watch old footage of that to see how music was made with an old drum machine back in the day. I'm like, damn.
Yeah. It's definitely different. It's crazy.
Nowadays, you can just like send something to each other. Back then, you either had to like literally fly to the studio to go do that with someone.
Yeah.
Or when I was super ecstatic when when Esham first was on that soundtrack. Him and ICP was on the soundtrack of Fear, the movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man, we were super stoked.
Yeah, that album is like one of the most underrated music soundtracks. Like, if anything would be considered like a dark hip hop classic soundtrack album, it's that, because it has Flatliners on there. There's Gravediggers on there. There's a lot of like wicked shit horrorcore people on there.
And Judgment Night too. Judgment Night is another one. Resident Evil first one is my shit too, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the
Yeah, like there's some movies out there that have a really good soundtrack. Like, from what I remember, the Freddy vs. Jason soundtrack was phenomenal because it was just like a classic metal thing.
And Blade.
Yeah.
Yep, Blade has a good soundtrack. There's like so many movies. I mean, who doesn't love the soundtrack for Space Jam? Come on, that's the '90s pivotal of hip hop, R&B, and soul.
Yeah, you would definitely see some honeys
that.
right into that.
Like, I fucking love. Like, I tell people, like, besides Space Jam being like the movie of my childhood, just that soundtrack is just phenomenal.
It was pretty solid.
And then some of those movies had good soundtracks, but then they had terrible movies, like the Batman versus Robin movie. A lot of people hate it, but everyone loves it because the song that Bone Thugs did for the movie.
Yeah,
Oh,
and,
dude,
and then Seal got a song on there too, I think. So
Yep, classic song. Like, I've never liked just any one type of music. I just like music in general. Music is supposed to be for everyone.
yeah, man, and this is just like the music, you know, the music that like we as artists that we do and present ourselves as artists. That's like the music that we gravitated towards that we found a comfort zone in doing. You know. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
We started off at a point and then we ventured off into other spots because we like all types of music, you know what I'm saying? Because like I have an album that's dedicated to the movie and all David Lynch's work, the Twin Peaks, the whole surrealism, dreaming stuff like that, and it's called what's the name of that album called? It's called Blue Rose. You know what I mean? And I'm doing like a lot of. I put myself out there. I was doing like a lot of singing out there, but it's like abstract and it's dedicated towards like the Twin Peaks movies, whatnot. So. But we just do all types of music. So what I was saying is that, like, at a point in time, we verged off, because we appreciate all forms of music.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. That's how I've always been. Like, I've always told people now, the two music that's always spoke to me the most has always been like hip hop and rock, or as I always quote one of my favorite Eminem lyrics, he's brainwashed for rock and rap. That's basically me growing up. He sags his pants in his stocking cap. That was basically me.
I still got the stocking cap.
Yeah, that was so many like, and I just have an appreciation for like old music. Like one of my all-time favorite rock and roll stars and guitar players of all time is Jimi Hendrix. Who doesn't love Jimi Hendrix? Come on.
Yeah, I do.
Like that man like set the stage. The man is like literally one of the best guitar players and singers of all time.
Yeah, once I started picking up an instrument and stuff, I really appreciated his music a lot more.
Yeah, and there's just something about the time frame. You can like see the time frame in his music. He talks about the struggles that were like happening in the 60s and the 70s and shit.
Oh yeah.
No, he would touch on like the war in Vietnam and shit. He would talk about like racial issues in his music, which was just phenomenal.
And are we talking about like the later works with the band of Gypsies or like previous too? Because he was talking about throughout this whole time span he were talking.
Yeah.
He talked. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think a lot of people appreciate the band of Gypsies music though.
Right.
It was always the experience that they talk about most, or that you see most. Like on YouTube channels, they'll talk about the experience albums or Access Boldest Love and whatnot. Most rarely the band of Gypsy stuff, like Machine Gun and things like that.
Yep. Yeah, like there's so much good like old music there. Like Johnny Cash is another example. That dude like sung the blues and stuff, and the stuff he would talk about is like unheard of for the time.
Like Johnny Cash, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'll always love that meme where it says, "You're cool, but you'll never be Johnny Cash eating cake in a bush while high." Cool.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And just the stuff he touched on in his music was just like hit you in the hard. Like the song "Man in Black" is so relatable. Like. People always ask me growing up, why do I wear black clothes a lot? I'm like, listen to the song Man in Black by Johnny Cash, and you'll be like, oh, that's very inspirational. It's like a very positive message.
Yeah, I can see that.
He says, I wear it for the people that were beaten down, or the people that get shitted on by society. Tell me that is not dope.
Yeah.
Fuck's given. Like him and Willie Nelson too, man. Like,
yeah.
Like you gotta love him. Like, and
I was just saying Willie Nelson's probably like the oldest dude I know that smokes weed. He's like 90 something. He's still going strong.
Yeah.
So I think we already touched on it, but what was like the first album you guys remember buying, like with your like own money, that you remember going to pick up with your own money?
Ready for the World, because I'm Flint Town, and they were some Flint.
Hell yeah!
If y'all know about Ready for the World, y'all need to check that out when you about to smash up on a honey dip. Just put some Ready for the World on. And that album and EPMD's album, Strictly Business.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love
and,
EPMD.
Biz Markie, The Diabolical Biz. 3 LPs.
Hell, those are great. Those are great first purchases. What about you, Insomniac?
Well, ones that I personally bought. I mean, all of most of the ones that I had before were given to me. But the first one that I ever bought with my own money was probably ICP's Shangri-La.
Fuck yeah.
And I don't know. I love that. I had that thing memorized from front to back for years.
How did the vinyl look, man? Because they CDs, like they CDs and tapes, man. They fucking had the awesome shit.
Yeah, like it's amazing. That still shocks me how much of the vinyl is making a comeback, but it's so pricey now.
It is.
That's because it's less shops that deal with wax. Your boy Jack White, got a shop down here in Tennessee, in Nashville, and got a shop up in Michigan. But he's trying to get more people to open up vinyl shops so the wax can be cheaper, so much people can fucking all over artists all over to get back with the wax game, so that it won't be as pricey. You know what I mean?
No. I fucking love Jack White and the Stripes. Fucking classic.
Yeah, they are.
Dun, 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 dun. Who doesn't remember that?
Yeah, man, Detroit be spitting them out, man.
Oh yeah, there's so many dope artists that come out of the Midwest. It's crazy. Even Michael Jackson and Prince come out of the Midwest.
It's like Ohio. They come out of Ohio. Like certain scenes, like when it comes to like speed and death metal, I think Florida had that on lock from the jump. And then like good punk always came from New York, you know what I mean? And then fucking mindless self-indulgence, like the new age punk. Fuck, I love them, man.
What my fiance like, she likes a lot of that old punk, and then she grew up in California, so she grew up in a lot of that dope California punk rock too.
Yeah, then they had it up with the ska and everything like that. Yeah, you know they come from Cali.
Yeah, I remember seeing Isham live like one time, and he had a live band with him, and it felt like he had like a punk band with him. It was so dope.
Did he do that song, The Antichrist?
Yeah, and he did it like a punk rock version of it. It was so dope.
That's sick.
I was like, I hate to say it, but Isham needs to do a punk rock album. I think he could nail that shit.
Yeah, man.
That'd be interesting. I'd listen to it.
I mean, he has a lot of metal influence too in his music.
Big time. Like his last greatest project was probably like Sacrificial Lambs in the Butcher Shop, and then some of the bum ass podcasts, and then the DMT and everything that was in between that was like, And then I went back and listened. He fucking had Danny Brown on one of them shits way before Danny Brown started to fucking blow up.
I know, I remember that. And Danny Brown gets looked like past a lot. Like Danny Brown is a talented dude.
Triple X is my shit right there. That's good.
Oh hell yeah!
But if you want to listen to really good Isham, he just put out a new album called Prophecy. It sounds like his not Prophecy. It's called Purgatory, and it sounds like his old shit. It's really dope.
Word.
I haven't heard that one yet.
But for a second, like it's Isham. He's already set in stone. He's already set in gold stone. He's a Mount Rushmore. Yeah. But it's been like it was like a point in time he was just like, yo, I'm just gonna turn the mic because it's a word ready day and halfway through this. I'm gonna phone it in. And a couple of projects he phoned it in, but it's all good, man.
Yeah, I love Kill the Fetus, but my personal favorite Isham album is like Closed Casket.
I do like that one.
And then
Booming Words from Hell. No, Boom. And then my favorite Nodist albums, you know, it's always a toss up between Life After Death, Do You Believe in God, or Multi-Killionaire.
I like Life After Death, Godlike, WickedWorld.com, and End of the World. You had a lot more TNT on that one.
Hell yeah. R.I.P. TNT.
Rest in peace, TNT.
You guys ever watch that documentary? It's called The Untold Story of Detroit Hip Hop, and it has like Chuck D narrating it. It's really cool.
I have not.
Yeah, and it like shows old footage of like Eminem, Kid Rock, and ICP has a few interviews in there. It's really dope.
Huh.
It's actually on Amazon. It's on Amazon Prime. It's really cheap. It's just called The Untold Story of Detroit Hip Hop. It's cool.
Oh, bad. I'm gonna watch that tonight. I got that.
And they talk about like Motown, like the whole Motown movement. So if you like that Motown shit, it's cool.
That's cool. Oh yeah.
Like Motown, of course, you know, Motown.
And then there's a documentary free on YouTube. I don't know what it's called, but it's like a documentary about like Memphis, Tennessee hip hop and stuff. It's really dope.
666, yeah. Man, look, I used to
R.I.P.
always...
Gangsta Boo.
R.I.P. Gangsta Boo, man.
God, she had bars. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I agree.
I always used to bring ICP tapes down here. Isham and ICP and Dayton Family and who else? Top Authority, MC3. I used to bring those down here, and then when I went back up home to visit because I was staying down here, I would bring up 8Ball, MJG, 666 Mafia, Project Pat, Skinny People, all that. To bring it back and like back and forth. I know I'm a count for them songs getting back and forth, man, from the States, bro.
No,
the internet age. You gotta hear this.
Yeah, I remember those days before the internet when you would just hand stuff out, or you would make mix CDs of a bunch of different stuff and just hand them to people. Like I used to do that. Like I used to put like some of the best ICP songs on a CD to introduce someone to. I do that, or I do a Tech 9 CD like that, or I do 3-6 Mafia.
Yep, I did that a lot.
You want to give people like a mixture of everything, which is dope.
Yo, what y'all think about that new Exorcist movie, man? Since it's Halloween, you know what I'm saying? We haven't done.
I haven't seen it yet.
I mean, me neither.
I haven't
either.
But when I seen the trailer, I'm like, God damn, this movie looks fucking creepy. Holy shit.
Yeah, it looked like it had promise.
Isn't it the same dude or the same production house that did the Halloween?
I think so.
I think so. Pretty sure.
I'm trying to think. And I'm trying to remember, is it a sequel or is it a reboot?
I think it's a reboot.
It's a continuation,
Is it?
I think.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's gonna be like 3 movies.
Oh hell yeah. Like I'm very picky when it comes to like horror movies. Like I have a good appreciation for like old horror movies. Now the horror movies that creep me out the most are the ones that are based off true events or inspired by true events. Those are the ones that scared the shit out of me.
What is it? My girlfriend got into one, and I don't know, it was surprisingly decent. The movie was kind of but it was like it was called Megan is Missing, and it was like at the end of the movie.
Yo, man, that
Yeah.
hits, bro.
Yeah,
That
at the end of the
because
movie, it was
it's
pretty
so
fucking
true.
wild. Yeah.
That was like that movie Smile. That movie is fucking creepy and fucked
Yes.
up. God damn.
It's
Especially
another
the
movie.
end.
Smile.
Yeah, Smile. Yeah, yeah, that was another one. Yeah, because she's like all about movies like that. So we try to watch them all when we see them.
Now, the last real movie I remember that scared the shit out of me was Insidious. That movie scared the shit out of me.
The first
I
one.
remember that.
Yeah, the
It was
first
shot-
one. And
shot
it
pretty
didn't
good.
help that I was drunk when I first watched it. So I'm like... I was like,
Yo,
what
I'm
the
like,
fuck
no,
is
like
that?
a good story and a good mythos. You know what I'm saying? And the first Insidious had that.
Oh, yeah.
But it's this one fucked up movie. I don't know if it was based on a true event, but like shit like this happens. It's like this one dude and this chick, they was on vacation, and then somebody drugged her at the club and kidnapped her, and they had her on a boat, like in the middle of the fucking like ocean or some shit. You know what I'm saying? With a whole bunch of other bitches, and other boats was going there, and they was sex slaving them out. And dude somehow found out, and he fucking ran on the boat and rescued her and shit. And but he went so berserk when he saved her life and shit. Like, he finally got it off the thing, and she seen him go so fucking berserk. She didn't like want to fuck with him no more after that. After her whole experience and everything, it was like feeding the chick ecstasy and all that, making her do sex and all that. It was a fucked up movie. I was like, yo, damn.
That sounds sick. I haven't seen that one. What was the name of that one?
I don't even know. I was asking y'all. I thought you might have seen it. No, it's really fucking good, man.
What?
I'll have to Google that at some point and see if I can get a name.
Once again, the CD is called The Prophecy, The Lost Boys, Insomniac and Yikers, on the Done Chaos podcast, Hour of Chaos. Live, baby. Yikers! And
yeah.
So
if you guys want, we could maybe do a giveaway. How many giveaways?
Oh. Do what? You were cutting out.
He was asking, well, maybe we was gonna give out a CD and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? But who got the CDs? Do Killjoy got the CDs? Do you have them? Like, I have.
I still have like 5. Killjoy still has a few too. Killjoy still has more.
So yeah, man, who wants a CD? Somebody speak up in one of the chats or something. If somebody's reading like a live chat, whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Like how many people we have in the building? Somebody wants a CD, man. I'll do some like crazy ass quiz question or something if I can think of something real quick. Or somebody can think of a quick quiz, you know, like that's like pertain to like, you know, maybe like some horrorcore or something like that. Somebody will speak like somebody like, yo, where's this? Who's somebody speak a line from a song or something like that? But like, yo, what song is that? What artist? What album? When you're freestyle or something like that, make it, you know, fun, but you know, easy.
Oh yeah, we also have a spinning wheel too, which is cool. Where if anyone wants in, all they gotta do is save and just put me in there, and we'll put your name on the wheel.
That's that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, let me just get the website pulled up.
Man, I think certain people should like who does animation and go back to like certain people's like catalog and do animation videos to like songs that should have had a video, like the ICP's The Stalker. That's so right there for fucking video.
That'd be an interesting one to see.
Yeah. Yeah, shout outs to my bro Scotty. He actually does that. Like he'll take like images and stuff and he'll like do cool like animation effects with them, and he'll like add like ICP music or music by certain artists, and it's like really dope.
That's really cool.
You know,
that's one thing I wish was could you imagine back in the 90s if the ICP Pendulum comic book series was made into like a TV series or a movie or a video game back then?
Dude, that'd be cool.
Or had they came
like
out
just
on secret characters on the Def Jam Vendetta or something.
Oh yeah, that's one thing we always said too, like especially with the Pendulum, like if you could picture it, like you guys remember the Spawn animated series on HBO back in the 90s, right?
Yes.
Like just imagine that, but they did the Pendulum like that. How dope that would be, like that comic book series into an animated series.
That would be absolutely sick.
And it literally has Jay and Shaggy doing the voices of themselves and shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Man,
I don't know. I could just like see it being a cheap ass. I could see it being like the Pendulum being like a cheap, like an old game, like on the original PlayStation back in the day. You could just picture it.
I was happy and hurt at the same time. I was at the like one of these used bookstores in Albuquerque. When I was standing out there, and I fucking found the Supervillain CD. I was like, what is this? And because I saw like the Psychopathic, the Hatchet Man. And I was like, what? I've never heard of this project coming out or being advertised or anybody talking about it, man. I was happy that I found it, but I was so hurt that I didn't hear nothing about it, man. That was like a great project.
Yeah, Supervillains is dope. Just whenever ICP and Esham do anything together, it's just fucking dope.
Yeah.
One
thing that came out that I never really knew about it until I found it was the Psychopathic Rider stuff.
Hell yeah.
Like I heard that
and
song.
It's cool when you hear Ridas.
I was like, what is this?
Yeah, and then when you hear Ridas, you're like, wait, that beat sounds familiar, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I got a real
I love
the DVD.
I love Ridas, but I always love Dark Lotus because I'm very spiritual, and I've always liked that spiritual, occultic type shit too. There's something about Ridas, it just hits you more here, or even Lotus.
ICP, Esham, Brother Lynch Hum, Gangster Neil, The Grave Diggers, Bushwick Bill have some horrorcore, and then Insane Poetry. I heard of them 15 years ago. I ain't know they've been around for a minute too.
Oh yeah.
And then I don't know if Tech Nine was really considered or classified as horrorcore, but I'll say it's wicked shit. You know what I'm saying?
His early stuff was definitely a lot more aggressive, but he does have songs every now and then still that hits like that.
I mean, Tech Nine has always done dark rap. He could be considered horrorcore. He delves into it a little bit. KOD could be considered a horrorcore album, or even Angelic. That album is dark as shit.
Yeah, I love Angelic.
Oh, Angelic! Yes. Oh, fuck, Angelic! Come out the gate swinging. You know what I mean?
I mean, that song, my favorite all-time song off of there is This Ring, because you never heard rappers talk about that subject matter in music. It's really dope about balancing life between being an artist and trying to balance your marriage life. You never heard that in a song, so it's a very good song.
Yeah, he was snapping on that one. And
that song is crazy.
Yeah. Fucking Tech Nine was setting it off. I like the song when he's rapping to the gunshots.
Yes.
Oh, Stamina.
Yeah, I remember when he would always end his shows with that song.
Yep.
And that's another thing. I like how a lot of the artists we all grew up on are still rocking the stage. ICP is still rocking the stage. Tech is in his 50s and he's still rocking live shows.
Yeah, it's really cool to see.
It's starting to be artists, there's no age. Look at Rolling Stones. Those dudes are in their 70s and they're still putting on rock shows, still doing dope.
Yeah, man. Rolling Stones is man, I still haven't went through all their catalog yet, but I've been stuck on the Jumpin' Jack Flash era and stuff like that. Stuff with the Brian Jones and then Goat's Head Suit, Sticky Fingers, and Satanic Majesty's Request. You know what I mean? And then some of the stuff they did for the 80s. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. Well, that's usually another question we usually ask our guests. So you guys can each have 5 albums. Name 5 albums, any type of genre that changed your life or that are your favorite albums of all time.
Bet. I'll go first, man. This is no particular order. Stereolab, Dots and Loops. They're a group from across the pond, and sometimes they sing in French, sometimes they sing in English, whatnot, and they're kind of sound like shoegaze, Smashing Pumpkins, and they did like. But Dots and Loops is the electronic experimental album, along with live instrument. That kind of changed my perception of hearing sound. You know what I'm saying? And ways of producing. I fell in love with that album. Another album that changed my life is Prince. Rest in peace. The album is called Love Sexy, and like all the songs on that album is like totally different from the other, but I like how they were sequencing into the next song. It wasn't like no pause, you know what I'm saying? Because especially when you had the tape decks and you forward to the next song, had the space in between it and stop. That should just keep going because all the songs was continuous play. You know what I mean? And that's just like, we can make fucking albums that's concept. It's like kind of like the Pink Floyd, you know what I'm saying? Like what was it? The one with the rainbow prism, Dark Side of the Moon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That album could be like
Dark Side of the Moon,
side by side, because how it's sequenced. You know what I'm saying? And its concept, it just goes straight through it. And like, ain't no skips. You know what I mean? Another one is
oh yeah,
Public Enemy. Young, not Bum Rush the Show, but It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back, because I bought the
classic album.
I bought the 12-inch album Rebel Without a Pause, and man, when I tell you that beat was so fucking crazy, every fucking car in fucking Michigan was fucking playing a Public Enemy song or an WA song, something like that, or Bone East 1999. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Like every car in America, man, was playing that music. You know what I mean? Stereolab, Prince, Public Enemy, Esham, which Killed the Fetus.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's just so much to say about that one, man. Fucking, who would be the other one? Outkast, man. ATLiens.
Yeah, that album is fucking dope.
Yeah, I have to agree.
I mean, everyone likes like Aquemini, but I love ATLiens. But then again, I just love Outkast in general, and that's one thing I like them is they sound very different with each album. That's what I love about them.
Yes, sir.
And I like when like two different artists can like have different like styles and they can like mash together. Outkast is the perfect example.
Yeah, I always love whenever people come together, like they have two different sounds, but they can come together and it sounds so good together.
Yeah, like Andre was like always off the top wall, funny, like flashy shit, and then the other dude is like this gangster dude from the street, and they like mash together.
Yes.
Hey, two more, man. The Downward Spiral, man. Trent Reznor, man. I keep forgetting my boy, man. Trent Reznor, the Downward Spiral, and fucking Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, and fucking MSI. Frankenstein Girls Were Seen Strangely Sexy.
Oh yeah. What about you, Insomniac? What are your top 5 favorite albums or albums that impacted you?
Korn Issues definitely impacted me. Whenever I was like a teenager, dude, that one got me. I'd probably have to say, even just because it was the first one that I picked up and it was the first one that got me like really into it, was Shangri-La by ICP.
Fuck yeah.
And I went from there, and then I went backwards, and I loved every bit of it, and I dove in pretty hardcore.
Oh yeah.
I'd have to say Eminem's Marshall Mathers LP because
classic.
Yeah, absolutely loved that. I'll have to go back toward I don't know, metal on this one. I think I'll do maybe As I Lay Dying's The Powerless Rise or something like that, because it just, I don't know, that one felt like an instant classic to me.
Yes.
All that remains, The Fall of Ideals. That one really helped me get into like the more metal stuff too.
Oh, yeah.
Like I went from Korn to Slipknot to that, and then it branched into just every subgenre of metal I could find.
Yeah, that's like me. You listen to my playlist. It's like so diverse. I could be listening to Ice Cube next, then I'll be listening to like some Rolling Stones type shit. It's so diverse.
And then on the rap side, I went from like Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre to like Eminem, and then ICP, and then from ICP and Tech Nine, of course. But from there, I just branched out into all the different subgenres there too.
Oh yeah, and basically what we always talk about also is like artists that are like known in your guys' area. Like in song, like you said, like Strange Music is like well known in your area. Yikers, you're from Flint, right?
Yes.
So you know all about like Project Born, Dayton Family, all that classic shit too.
Yep. And I ain't got nothing bad to say about none of the bros, man. Nothing bad to say about none of the bros, man, or anybody for that matter, man. Like, yes, man. Like, I do the aggressive music, you know what I'm saying, from time to time, man. But that's it's better me doing that than fucking breaking some shit, you know what I'm saying? And of course, we all gonna do some dumb shit, you know what I'm saying? It's not about that anymore, especially like when you're an artist, man. That shit kept me out of fucking trouble, you know what I'm saying? And if and I hope that kept many artists out of trouble, you know what I mean? And they had a place to release their aggression in a positive way, you know what I'm saying? A constructive way, you know what I'm saying? I don't know about too much positivity, but you know what I'm saying? And I do have some songs when I'm speaking some true to life stuff, you know what I'm saying, and morals and whatnot, but you know, 80%, man, it's all some bullshit, you know what I'm saying? But it's all good. But you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm from Flint Town. I know all the bros and shit, man. I'm a fan of all the bros. You know what I mean? Shout out Me Five Me. They didn't even know Me Five Me was from Flint, Michigan and shit. Like super positive rapper, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
He was like on like TV for a second, then he disappeared. I don't know what happened. He probably got paid and dipped. But it's all good.
Oh yeah, shouts to Frank Nitti. I've always like remember hanging out with that dude. I remember the first time I like met him and he like offered me a drink. And I always tell people when Frank Nitti offers to share his liquor with you, you don't say no.
Hell yeah.
Like I don't know what we were drinking. We were just drinking this huge thing of like vodka or rum, and he's like, "Here you go, man." I'm like, "All right."
Man, last time I checked, when they were still selling tapes, they very first tape, the one when they had like Esham on it and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, Born Dead.
Yeah, man, that tape was going for $100, bro, because it was out of print. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That shit is rare. And then when you hear the story, like that Nitti said, a lot of them were like still in high school or fresh out of high school when they recorded that shit.
They did sound super young. I think about it, but like they sound old too, man. Like kind of sounded older, but like it was that Flint bravado though. Like everybody like rap with their chest. You know what I'm saying? They was projecting with their chest. You know what I'm saying? It was like that, like 90% of rappers from Flint, Michigan, man, was rapping like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, it was their own style. I'm pretty sure 90% of the rappers in Memphis was doing like the 666 triple time flow, you know? So
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, R.I.P. MC Breed, R.I.P. Capone. Like I marked out when I was at the gathering, like in 2001 during ICP set, because Project Born came out and performed Graveyard with ICP for the first time together, and that was so dope. Seeing I was like, ICP and Project Born doing that song together on stage. Fuck yes.
Graveyard, man.
That's a classic song. Like, and when everyone thinks of Psychopathic, they're like, Twisted was the first act. But if you really look at it, Project Born was the first act signed to Psychopathic besides ICP.
Thank you, man. Thank you for putting the best of, because I knew I was forgetting something important to say. Thank you for saying that, man. Yeah, because it was a fucking Psychopathic release. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was on some silver foil too.
Yeah, but yeah, that track Graveyard is so classic. I like love to play that at like Halloween parties and shit, and it like gets the party going.
Yeah, dude, man, because it's like when somebody already know, like I see, but like that song is so like rare. You know what I'm saying? At a point in time, it was so rare. I'm pretty sure a lot of people know about it now. Like they know about the nominated song by Tech Nine and Lee Joe, and the songs that he did with Yuck Mouth, especially the Bomb Bell. Tech Nine was fucking woo-wee.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, or you remember the song back in the day that Tech did with Tupac off the Gang Related soundtrack?
Yeah. Questions?
Yeah, I believe that's what it's called. You can find old footage of Tech Nine too, where he's like on the beaches in like California, and he's like just beatboxing and like doing the thing with his chest that he would do. You can like find old footage of him doing that.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
I love seeing him do that. Like he'll still do that like during his sets. Like he'll like freestyle and he'll like use his chest as like a beatbox. It's fucking dope.
I loved that song that he came out with, that Table and Chest Stress. It was basically just him doing that in a song.
I mean, that's why I like Tech. He's just so fucking talented. Like, god damn.
Yeah.
I know. So yeah, Chris Calico.
Oh yeah.
Like, so he's not with Space Music no more. I'm pretty sure they still got a good relationship. But I'm like, kind of like eager to see what's gonna go on with the homeboy though, Chris Calico.
Yeah.
As far as I know, he's still doing good shows. A lot of my homies still see him live. His live show is phenomenal. Like that dude doesn't get enough credit.
I agree. He definitely doesn't get as much credit as he deserves. He was a pretty solid artist. Is a pretty solid artist.
And he's another example. He's another example of multi-dimensional. He can rap, he can sing, he can do a straight rock song.
Yes.
Yeah, he's cool as fuck too, man.
He is.
We saw him in Albuquerque. We was
I always said
doing the show. And we saw him on the street. We fucking ripped back up on the street and he hopped up the car. I was like, "There's Calico!" He's like, "What's up, y'all?"
Hell yeah.
Back in the car, dude. He was like a drive-by dapping.
Yeah, I always said Calico was like the underground or indie scenes like Nate Dogg. Like he's famous for those hooks and just everything.
I agree. Yeah, I've said the same thing before.
I was like, damn, how come we never got a Nate Dogg and Calico joint together? God damn.
Oh, that'd be fucking crazy.
And it's like and it's like T-Pain. Like, yeah, he uses autotune, but when you hear T-Pain's actual voice, his actual voice sounds so much better. I'm like, dude, why are you using autotune? You have a great voice.
Yes.
T-Pain's he's an ingenious genius, man.
He is. He's an ingenious genius. But yeah, I remember when I first like heard his real voice, like with him singing and then straight rapping. I'm like, damn, he doesn't need autotune. He has a good natural voice.
I know, like, yeah, that shocked the hell out of everybody. Like, what? Like, but
I know, and that was like on Singer where I saw that. I'm like, what? That's T-Pain? No fucking way.
I remember
The Masked Singer.
That is an entertaining. That is an entertaining show. I mean, and then some people you can recognize their voice. Like when Buster was on there, I immediately knew it was him because I was like, I know that voice anywhere. That's fucking Buster, and I was right.
Yeah, definitely.
Buster Bus. Man, Extinction Level Event is my favorite album by Busta Rhymes, man.
Yeah, that dude is a fucking beast. Like, or even that album like Year of the Dragon that he did. Like a lot of those joints he's done with Eminem. Jesus Christ, they just go back and forth.
It was that was monstrous.
Or the shit him and Twista used to do. God damn.
Oh yeah.
The songs with him and Mystical. Shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish I would have gone to the gathering in like 2012 because that night gathering was like a 90s gathering. It was like all old school rap from the 90s and like metal. I'm like, that would have been the best one to go to. And it had like Mystical there, Ice Cube. It had Lil Jon and Snoop Dogg.
I remember seeing the advertisements and hating myself for not being able to go.
Yeah, I think that's probably the most expensive gathering they probably put on.
Oh, I bet.
I mean, they still put in a lot of money because everyone tells me, you know, Jump Steady does put in a lot of his own money to do this. I'm like, oh, he does. I know this.
Yeah, I was seeing that on Joe Rogan. They was talking about like they barely break even and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and they said like the reason why they haven't had some acts come to the gathering because a lot of those acts charge a lot, which is sad. They said, we know people want Manson here, Rob Zombie and Korn and Slipknot, but those artists ask a lot. I'm like, damn, that's fucked.
Yeah. It does suck.
I do like how they're doing the whole. I do like the whole. I like the whole.
Fago's acting like hoes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I like that Ouija did that at the gathering during his set. Like after his set, I seen the footage. He's like, "Fuck fentanyl." He's like, "Take that shit back to Coachella."
Yeah, I saw that.
And I like that the person who was selling fentanyl, he got his ass beat, and then the cops came and arrested. I was like, "That's Juggalo justice." Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like, you guys know all about Juggalo justice. It's a real thing, and it's something that you don't want to mess with.
Didn't Bon J's his girl like passed away because of that shit?
Supposedly she I think they said she had an accidental overdose, which is still sad.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure it's probably laced with whatever that. I don't know why people do that shit, man. What's wrong with folks?
Oh yeah, and then people choose all that opportunity to attack Jay. I'm like, dude, the dude just lost his girlfriend. Calm down.
Yeah, I saw all of that. I was friends with her on Facebook actually, so when it went down, I saw her tagged in all that shit.
I know, it's like when you see someone you know and that person passed away, and you're like, God damn.
Yeah.
So, what about this whole the whole split between the Psychopathic and the Magic Ninja, whatnot? And
I don't know. I don't really touch on it. I know a lot of other YouTubers talked on it. I was like, it's whatever between them is them. Whatever.
Yeah.
I
tell people I might have inside info, but I choose not to share that info because I respect a lot of those people.
I don't think the fans should be splitting. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing between the two. That's the thing between the people that was once super unit. They ain't enemies in real life, but they, you know what I'm saying? They got love for each other. But people grow up and gotta, and fly the coop. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I've always told people, everyone knows that if it wasn't for ICP, they really helped put Twisted on because before that, remember they were doing House of Crazies, but then they were struggling with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I try to stay out of it too because like you said, I'm just a fan. I don't know anything personal, so.
And
it's
I mean,
not-
I do know shit, but I choose not to say it. You like have some Juggalo YouTubers on. You have some Juggalo YouTubers on here trying to be like fucking TMZ and shit. I'm like, fuck out of here with that.
Yeah.
No, like they always making some awesome music, man. So like both
Yes.
them. So like
I was like, you people. I think because a lot of the younger generation doesn't know the magic of when we grew up to that unity that they had. Like that's why I love Dark Lotus. I might tell people, in my opinion, the #1 psychopathic album of all time for me is that original Tales from the Lotus with Mars.
Oh, that was
God
good.
damn.
Yeah.
That album
I
is
agree.
unfuckwithable, and that, in my opinion, is the psychopathic top album of all time.
That was a very good one.
Like, I love ABK, but the Mars's version's just goddamn Mars. Whew.
Yeah, he did go off. I liked it.
And I think Mars would have signed a psychopathic back in the day. I think they had plans to do that.
I had heard, but I don't really know.
Because he also did a song with ICP off like the 2001 like psychopathic sampler. It's a song called Fuck Them. Oh, shit.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. And it's funny because speaking of vinyl, I know Scum's always been saying people are trying to hit at him to create vinyl. Like, could you imagine Only Bodies Left Behind, how dope that would look on vinyl?
Oh, that'd be super cool.
Or get that like original Dark Half Graveyard Blues and how it would look dope, like with the CD being all blue and shit.
Yeah, that'd be super cool.
Or we were even like talking to Doc Gruesome, like how if he came out with the King in Yellow on vinyl and it's like a yellow vinyl, how dope that would look.
Yeah, oh, that'd be really cool.
I know
I
Tex
love
I know,
that album.
I know Tex said they're trying to bring vinyl. Like, could you imagine Angelic or Ever Ready on vinyl? How dope that would be.
Yeah, I'm so mad that I missed out on the Outkast. What was it? AT-Aliens? Like it was like what 20 year re-edition, and they had it on vinyl, and they came with like dope album cover, and the vinyl was all different colors and whatnot.
Hell yeah. Do you guys like MF Doom? That's a dude that a lot of people don't talk about.
I do
King
actually.
Heater, Take Me to the Leader, man. It's one of my
Yes.
best ones.
Yep, or the songs he used to do for like Adult Swim back in the day.
I remember that.
So now we're going to get into more personal questions. You guys are stuck on a desert island. Whose like whole discography are you like taking with you? And you have to pick 5 artists or groups. Whose discography are you taking with like to last you on that whole island? Like me, it could be anyone's discography. Like me, for example, I would always choose ICP because they have such a big discography.
True.
Damn. You said 5 people's discographies?
Yeah, like whose discography would you take with you to a desert island? And it could be anyone.
Yeah, of course. I'm gonna have a. I'll have a Prince with
Hell yeah.
sure. Man, I want to have a Parliament Funkadelic, man, but like it's like a time and place for P-Funk. I couldn't listen to P-Funk 24/7, even though I live and die by. I'm a Funketeer, but I couldn't listen to P-Funk 24/7. So it'd be Prince. I might have to put ICP in there, man, because they go, they got a great fucking range. You know what I'm saying?
I could easily do ICP too. I'd also have to do Korn.
Fuck yeah, that would be one of mine.
Top. Yeah.
666 Mafia, man. They got a great fucking range. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Like like you talking about on a desert island, man. You talking about people who has a lot of work. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly,
and
yeah, and you have a lot of free time, and this is just music that you're gonna have to listen to for a long time.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't say Ice Cube because Ice Cube ain't got a lot of work like that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
I would probably go Tech Nine.
Yeah, like I would also go with like Wu-Tang, not just like Wu-Tang albums, but like their solo albums, all of that.
Yeah, that's a great one, man. They have a
That's
lot
enough to last you a lifetime.
Yeah. Wow. 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 Hell yeah. Only good for Cuban Links, Liquid Swords, fucking Tikal.
Tikal, I love that one.
Yes. I love Liquid Swords. I fucking love that.
We're talking about like the Sons of Man.
Like I said, there's so much dope work, and that's one thing I always liked about artists, like especially Wu-Tang. You'd get a Wu-Tang album, and then between that, you get solo work from them or side projects. It's fucking dope.
Yup. Shaheem the Rugged Child.
Classic.
That's great. Yeah. Wow. And Tupac.
Yes, Tupac has a
He has a lot
phenomenal
of stuff.
documentary. And that's one thing I liked about Tupac. He was very diverse. He could do a political song. He could straight sing. He could do stuff that makes you think. Then he could do a straight gangster rap song. Like the dude was a poet. Like they teach his poetry in like colleges. How dope is that?
That is pretty cool. I didn't know that one. I never went to college.
And that's cool. It's like when your poetry is starting to be taught in colleges, that is dope. I mean, and even besides being a rapper and a good poet, the dude was a phenomenal actor. God damn.
Yeah.
Like Juice, he is so dope in that movie. Or Poetic Justice, classic movies.
Yo,
Another
once
example,
you
gang related. He's like a corrupt cop in that movie.
The Prophecy, The Lost Boys,
The
starring Killjoy, starring Scum, starring Insomniac, C-Colot, Yikers, Different Ant, Necro G.
Necro G.
And the CD will be out when? Insomniac?
Friday the 13th, this
Yeah.
October. Along with a lot of other guys. A lot of people are releasing stuff on Friday the 13th, actually. I said it earlier, but it's like, I feel like it's damn near a national holiday for us underground artists.
Oh yeah, and I always said that even in the Juggalo community, Halloween is like our Christmas.
Yeah.
And that's why, like I told you earlier, Insomniac, it's funny how when we're younger, people say you outgrow Halloween, but as you get older, no, you learn to love Halloween even as an adult.
Oh, definitely. I think
Like
I
me,
appreciate it more now.
Like me, I decorate the house like crazy. I don't give a shit.
Exactly.
I'll even keep like decorations that you can keep up all year round just for actual decorations because I'm a sick motherfucker like that.
Yeah, see, that's what we do. We pick stuff up, like little stuff throughout the years, and we just leave most of the the small stuff like just sitting out all year long.
Yeah, you go to Halloween.
I never seen
Spirit.
no one do a Gothic Christmas, man. Someone needs to do a Gothic Christmas, like the Nightmare Before Christmas. Just people just start decking their stuff up like that.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I've helped decorate a tree like that. It was like a white tree, and we put a bunch of black bulbs on it and stuff. No, it was a black tree.
I've had
with
a few
white bulb.
homies that would. I had a few homies that would do that too. It was dope.
You're like that and a whole bunch of Krampuses. You know what I'm saying? That's sick, man.
Yeah.
Like a whole block just decked out like that.
Which
That
I
would be
still
sick.
haven't seen that horror movie. I still haven't seen that Christmas horror movie Krampus, but I heard it's good.
Yeah, it's good. It's a really good popcorn movie, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like a.
I mean, but I do know who Krampus is. I know the story of who Krampus is and stuff.
Yeah, man, it's very great. It's very great. It's shot very well. It's like a movie that if it would have came out like right behind E.T. Like E.T. came out in the summer and Krampus would have came out like that and Gremlins or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's like what people like tell me. People like say with the movie Black Christmas, the new one is but they said the original Black Christmas is good. Like that.
Let me GKTV Yikers, man. I'm going on the record stating, man, that the Night of the Demons remake sucked ass, man. It was good, but at the same time it sucked ass, man. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing against the actors in it, you know what I'm saying? Nothing like that. It was just the way they you know, like most remakes and reboots and stuff like that fell short, man. And it like the first Night of the Demons, man, y'all should have left that alone, man. Just first one went down as a classic, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like some movies they should leave alone, and then some movies they have potential to be a series. Like the way I see it, The Fifth Element could have had the potential to be like our generation's like sci-fi series. That could have been like our generation's like Star Wars or Star Trek or Battlestar Galactica. Like the way Fifth Element was filmed, you're like, this could have been like a sci-fi series. It would have been dope.
Yeah, Fifth Element is a great movie.
And it's considered a cult classic now. It's like a classic sci-fi movie from the 90s. Yeah, me and my girl always do that. We'll be like multi-pass, or we'll be like bada boom, big bada boom. Now, in the theory, do you guys believe, like, I know some people, do you guys believe Die Hard is a Christmas movie? Yes or no?
Yep.
It's got Christmas themes in it.
Yep, that's what a lot of people say. People are like, I don't care what you say, it's a Christmas movie.
But like, Lethal Weapon could be like considered as a Christmas movie too. Like one of the was it part 2 or part 1? It was Christmas lights in one of the Lethal Weapons.
Yeah, I believe so. Now that's a question we usually ask a lot of guys. What are your guys' like favorite like TV shows of all time? Like current, old shows, like shows that you can never get tired of watching.
I think I always went to Family Guy for like a comfort show, you know what I mean? Like when I get home and I'm ready to get comfortable, I'll throw that shit on right before I go to bed and I'll fall asleep.
Yeah. That original Family Guy from the early days is fucking classic.
Yes.
Martin and Gumball, man. That's
yes.
That fucking show right there, man.
Oh yeah.
Like my daughter put me up on that shit.
Yeah, that one was pretty. My daughter's actually stuck on, like, she's 5. She's stuck on like The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy and Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Those are classic shows.
Yeah. I got her hooked on those because I didn't want to watch a lot of the modern stuff.
Yeah, like it's hard for me to watch some modern cartoons, but some of the few modern cartoons I could actually watch is Gumball. I think is funny. That show is fucking trippy.
Yeah,
and then
it is.
The show after that, and then Chowder's pretty funny, but The Misadventures of Flapjack, that show was fucking hilarious.
Oh, I remember that one.
And it's funny, when I was younger, I didn't like SpongeBob, but now that I'm older, I have a more appreciation for it, and it makes me laugh because I get more of the jokes on there, and there's a lot of adult jokes on there.
That too. Yeah, man, what?
Yeah. I was like that too. When I was younger, I absolutely hated SpongeBob. I thought it was so annoying.
And then when you're older, you're like, wow, this is, and then when you're older, you're like, damn, this is actually funny.
Yeah, exactly.
And fucking
But you know it's another classic, especially Adult Swim show, Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
I loved that show.
Everybody loved that show. It was like instant, like a Dave Chappelle, but Full Metal Alchemist and
Yes.
Supernatural.
Yes.
Yeah, or Harley Birdman, Attorney at Law, or Space Ghost.
I remember that.
My other favorite Adult Swim show was The Boondocks, or Moral Oral.
I love Boondocks, actually.
That show was
And
fucking
Boondocks
hilarious.
is great. But like, they should have won the Grammy for that episode of the when they were selling the candy, and they had,
Yes.
like the Scarface type of thing going on.
Yeah.
That was a great episode, man.
Yeah.
And it's funny, yeah, that show was a comedy, but that show was also like trying to send a message, like with the whole
Yeah, it was a
R.
commentary.
Kelly episode. They were trying to show that they were trying to like poke fun at people that were like, R. Kelly's innocent. It's like, how? There's footage of him doing the act.
I remember that. And then the old grandpa, I need me a golden shower. Shit.
Rest in peace, John Witherspoon. That dude was a
No.
phenomenal comedian. Like a lot of people don't
Oh, yeah.
know, the same guy that did the grandpa is the same guy that did the dad in the Friday movies. So he's fun.
No shit.
Oh yeah, that same actor, and he's a stand-up comedian. Just look up his comedy, John Witherspoon. It's so funny.
Him, Richard Pryor, Paul Mooney, Robin Harris, Sandra
Yes.
Bullock, and somebody else. They all came up at the same time in a circle. They was all part of the same clique.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
There's
Robin
like-
Williams. Did I say Robin Williams? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he was in the clique.
Yeah.
God, I miss Robin Williams. Every day I watch him, I can't help but always cry. That dude, like, not only could he make us laugh, but he could be in those movies that hit you in the feels.
Yeah, he was a phenomenal actor.
And I like
Fucking
artists.
Popeye was a great role for him and
Yes.
Oh Girl. Like that was great casting.
Yeah. I love when he's like in comedies and then he can be like in a real serious movie. Like, do you know there was a rumor that he was originally going to play the Riddler? And I could see it in a Batman movie.
I could
Because
see
you look
that.
at, because you've seen some of those movies, he played like a crazy psychopath in some movies, so he could probably do it.
Oh yeah, easily.
Another actor like that I think could play the Riddler is Johnny Depp. I could see it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, big time.
And that's what I'm glad like a lot of people didn't believe the shit about Johnny Depp. Like then you find out more that it was his wife that was the more crazy one, and the crazy woman's like, how are you going to ruin the reputation of one of the greatest actors of all time?
What Tech Nine say? Psycho bitches.
Pretty much. Yeah, like we were like watching some of that court shit, and you find out like some of the shit she was saying. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, something about stepping on her dog.
Yeah, or she like took a dump in their bed or something. I'm like, what the fuck?
On his pillow, man.
Yes.
Oh yeah, on
Yeah,
the bed.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I was like, I know Johnny Depp's crazy, but he's not that crazy.
Yeah, man. It always ends bad, man. It starts off great, man. Man, I hate when relationships ends like that, man.
Yeah,
That
that's
happened
why
all the time.
that's why I hate this whole cancel culture now. Like when people are trying to cancel someone when they didn't even do something. Like I can understand if someone did something, fine, cancel them. But if they're not doing something and you just want to cancel them because you're jealous of their success, that's fucked up.
Good. Yes, great way to put that. Hell yeah.
People do that to Jay-Z. People do that to Jay-Z. People call him a sellout. I'm like, he's not a sellout. He's a self-made man. He came from a small-time crack dealer, and now he's a self-made businessman. I applaud him for that. I applaud him for that.
Man, Jay-Z, man, like I'm
You're
not a
right.
businessman. I'm a businessman.
I mean, who can say that they started out as a small drug dealer and now he has a big business, his own clothing brand, and he owns a sports team? How dope is that?
Yeah, he came a long way.
That is awesome.
like the one thing we always, especially where I was growing up, is you wanted to see someone come out of the ghetto and be successful, and you're supportive of them for it.
But instead, everyone calls him a sellout.
That is great. That is great to hear stories like that, or like people like when you see like on some channels like where are they now? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, they was like in the big hits of yesterday, but like they've been doing stuff behind the scene, like filming, you know what I mean, or making music for soundtracks and stuff like that. You're like, hey, like, oh, like, all right, man, that's great to see, man. You know what I'm saying? Or they took it and like and opened up business in tech or something like that. Those stories is good to see.
Yeah.
Like the story about Roxanne Shante.
Yeah, if anyone wants in on this CD, let us know, right? We're gonna do it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Are we doing the wheel thing?
Yeah, we're
Or the
waiting for
quiz?
some people we're waiting for people to add me to the wheel or something. So if you guys want in on this, let us know.
Well, I know a couple people that are watching it right now. They're messaging me. I'm gonna tell them to do it.
The Prophecy, Oddities, featuring Twisted Insane, House, Grab You, featuring Killjoy and Different Ant, Kill Stash, featuring Yikers and L Wills, Get 'em Gone, featuring BTK, Scum, E. coli, C. coli, Insomniac, Different Ant, Necro G.
Oh, don't forget Twisted Insane. He's in there.
Yep. Oddities featuring Twisted Insane. And then we got House, Grab You, Kill Stash, and Get 'em Gone.
We got videos coming out for what? Get 'em?
Yep,
No.
tell them, just like say it
Get
in
'em
the chat,
Gone.
and I'll
Have you
make
saw
sure.
the video yet? I meant to ask you that. Did you see the video?
For Get 'em Gone? Yeah. Yes, I did.
Word. Yeah, so yeah. And then tomorrow night I'll be sending off the video for Grab You.
Grab You?
Yeah. So I'm gonna unplug the phone when I wake up tomorrow, or shut the phone down because I'm gonna be putting in the work, editing up the videos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody like the first one, and videos will be out along with the album.
Yes.
We'll have tickets for it and whatnot.
What is it? Get 'em Gone is coming out alongside the album, but Grab You is coming out like a week or two later, right?
Okay. That's what's up. Thanks. Because like, you know what I'm saying? Like two minds better than one. So if whatever I fall short, he's gonna cover me on the other half.
There you go.
I mean, GKTV Yikers. Yo, if y'all want to follow me, that's Yikers77 at IG. Also, that is Yikers Topic if you want to hear the synthwave in the house. And that's GKTV if you want to hear the rap. And one of the albums that I just dropped is called Mental Rabies, and that's more like a industrial hip hop rap, death grip type of album. But if you want to hear like bars and like trap beats and all that stuff, an album that I'm showcasing for that is called I'm Supreme. So just go to GKTV Topic or GKTV Spotify, iTunes, and look for I'm Supreme. Or you know what I'm saying, you want to hear like a theme CD, I got a CD called two CDs actually. One's called the Can of Whoop Ass.
Oh,
and
yeah.
And the twin CD for that is called Buzzkill Cola. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my alter personalities called Mr. Swole. You know what I mean? I'll do my voice deep and then I'll just deepen it more with the post. And yeah. And that's just like because like I'm skinny, right? But you know what I'm saying, when I'm feeling like real big, you know what I'm saying, I'm feeling swole. So But
I love it.
yeah, the first album is called Kettle Whoop Ass, and the second album is called Buzzkill Color. You know what I mean? So y'all check those out.
Sorry, y'all. My internet keeps acting stupid.
Word, it's on G.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if any
Welcome to the show
anyone
again.
once entered, just if anyone once entered, let us know. What's up, Sicko Entertainment? Make sure you guys check him out. He has a great podcast too called It's Just
Respect.
Music.
What up, though? Appreciate that. Sicko Entertainment.
That's the one.
Yep. He's had so many dope people on his show too.
What is that? SICKOENT?
Yeah, I'll put it up on the screen again. There we go.
Oh, 2 Ks.
Yeah.
Now, while we wait for people to tune in, I want to know, what are your guys' thoughts on like the paranormal, or have you guys had anything like crazy happen to you that you like could not explain, where you're like, what was that?
Yeah, man. Like, I believe something is definitely out there. You know what I mean? In the spirit world, if you believe in, like, you know what I'm saying, energy never dies, and then energy has a creative what I'm saying, like a conscious. Yeah, you know what I mean. So, long story short, I had a couple of experiences, and I definitely believe. You know what I mean? And it wasn't like put it like this, man. I don't know if like the true name of what you would call God. I know there's a positive force, but at the same time, there's yin and yang. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, if God exists, the opposite half exists. So I believe in both. Respect both people. You know what I'm saying?
I got a dude that messaged me. He said that he wanted to throw his name in, but he didn't know how to do it on his phone. His name's Nathaniel.
All right, spell that out for me.
NATHANAIL.
Okay.
Got it.
All right, that's one
Because
person.
you know, like, because check this out, like, there's things that, you know how like people say like rest in peace Tupac, but how like people speak up on this, people just speak up on their death like that. You know what I mean? Like that, you know, you can manifest things, or mind over matter, the secret. That's what Oprah called it, but it's pretty much for law of attraction type. You know what I mean? Like all that stuff is for real. So yeah.
Yeah. I used to live in a house like as a kid, and you used to see like the shadows and shit on the walls all the time. You could see it was like an older, well, it was like a dude with like a top hat. He was real tall and skinny. Like I saw it. Both of my parents saw it. Both of my siblings saw it. Like we all fucking saw it.
I think you guys saw the infamous Shadow Man, if you've heard of that, like that Hat Man.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. See, I said the same thing.
Or go to Percival West and start saying Skinwalker, and watch how fast they shut you down from saying that shit.
Oh yeah. Actually, I think I hear it in the other room right now. My girl's watching Ghost Adventures.
See?
Yo, talk about comfort shows. That's her comfort show. She'll put that one on to go to bed.
Yo, fucking Oh man, they dropped the ball with the Stephen King movie, The Watchtower, the Gunslinger. They dropped the ball on that one. Man. So upset. So upset. Same premise, and they dropped the ball. Like Idris Elba was good as dude, but Matthew McConaughey as the Man in Black. I don't know. Maybe if it was the way it was written. They written the Man in Black all wrong, and like for him to like the screenplay of the Man in Black of how I portrayed on screen, it just looked so like fucking late 19 TWB or some shit, bro. Like,
right.
Damn, I know they can't come close to the book, but yo. Yo, anybody look out with the CD yet?
No.
In the room?
We still got one person entered, so if not, we'll probably have to like do it another time.
All right, hold on. Yeah, man, y'all can't get your CD. Don't be shy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We ain't gonna let the dogs out.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's all good. Hey man, I remember I was doing a show in Albuquerque, and I saw like this one act come through, and this dude called himself like Mum Ra. He had like the whole get up like the dude from the Thundercats, man. I was like, oh, that is so fucking hard.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, man. He came out with the red hood. I was like, oh, that's so fucking dope. Why did I think of that? Fucking fresh, bro.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we might just have to like wait next time to do a giveaway if not a lot of people are tuned in.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. What is it, man? Yeah, hey, also, it would have been good to see the faces, but I'm shout the bros out once again. That is Killjoy, that is C. Coli, that is Necro G, that is Insomniac's in the building, Yiker's in the building, Different Ant.
Hell yeah, and thank you guys for joining. Again, you guys are always welcome back on the show anytime, and I like do something on my show where I like have a special guest host. So if you guys ever want to come on as a special guest host and interview whoever our guest is, just let me know.
Oh, that'd be kind of interesting.
Because that's something new I want to add that no one's ever done on their show, where they bring a special guest co-host and they interview whoever's the guest with me and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
So yeah.
Yeah, man. A person kept asking me to do the Bingo Live app too. So, somebody somehow, some way, let me know if there's a thing that you can like screen, or I just have to get like several phones to like to screen multiple fucking. There should be like some type of app or some setup that you can screen all your app. Like if you got Bigo, you got YouTube, Facebook, Discord. You can do all those things live at the same time, simultaneously, coming from the same camera. You know what I'm saying? And you got
that's actually what I'm doing. I'm live on YouTube and Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can actually like see where like and StreamYard like shows you where people are like commenting from. It's cool.
Okay, that makes sense. That's cool as fuck.
But yeah, you guys are welcome back on anytime. We would love to have you guys back on the show anytime. And yeah, just keep up the good work what you guys are doing.
Bet that, man. I would definitely come on to be in the house to be like a guest. to, you know what I'm saying, be in the background, whatnot, be put up on stage. If I get asked a question, you know what I'm saying, with an extra comment, I would definitely do that. That is GKTV Yikers, Yikers77 at Instagram, Yikers77 on X, formerly known as Twitter, and that's Yikers Topic, YouTube Yikers, Spotify, iTunes, GKTV, YouTube Topic, etc.
Oh yeah, and
I'm
we
just
have your
insomniac everywhere.
yeah, we have your guys' socials all down below. I got you guys covered.
Yeah, I saw that.
Awesome, man. I appreciate that, man.
Hell yeah, you guys have a great night.
All right,
Hey,
man.
you
Blessings,
too.
y'all.
Later.
Much love, guys.
Hell yeah. And that was the Lost Boys, y'all. Thank you to them for tuning in. I'm amazed no one wanted a free CD. That's quite shocking. It's all good. We'll try to do it next time, hopefully. Maybe everyone's busy tonight. I don't know. I mean, I did have topics lined up, but you know, I do have topics lined up, but you know, I'm just going to go ahead and end the show right now. So make sure you guys like and subscribe, you know, all that good happy jazz. Share all over social media. And yeah. And next week we will see you guys with our next guest. Live next week will be Swivel Dirty. So that will be our guest next week, y'all. And we might even do a giveaway there. But then again, probably with how tonight turned out, I don't know. Maybe after having a 2-week time off, I don't know. I have topics lined up. I'm looking at them right now, but I'm just going to go ahead and end the show. So everyone have a good night. Later, y'all. Deuces.